Sue. I'd like to welcome you to Cannon's.
Thank you.
And so if you would just maybe say your name and what, tell us a little bit about your show here at Cannon's.
Okay, my name is Suzanne Zoole. My friends call me Sue. A few months ago, Doris Turner, who preceded you as the art teacher here, who is a friend of mine, said, how would you like to put up some of your paintings in January? So that's what I did. As I said to you earlier, it's awfully hard to say no to Doris.
Right.
So I'm happy, very happy my paintings are here.
Well, they're beautiful and colorful, and can you tell us about the material? What type of paint do you use?
Okay, I
use
use acrylic.
Okay.
I do have a couple of watercolors over here, those two figure paintings, but mostly acrylics. I like working acrylic because you don't have to worry about fumes and all that you would with oils, and acrylics dry very fast, and I'm kind of a quick painter. You know, it might take me a while to finish something, but basically I'm quick and I like that it dries. So if you have a mistake, you can paint right over quickly and it's done.
Okay.
And I paint both on canvas, most of the pieces here are on canvas, and then on paper also. Let's see. I don't know that I have anything on paper except the watercolors.
What's your process as far as from start to beginning if a student is interested in
Sure. Well, I'm sure everybody's experienced this. You look at something and it all looks balanced or beautiful or all like everything, all the components go together. It's composition, that's what I call composition. The composition of what my eye sees kind of excites me. I like it. And usually I have my phone with me, so I take a picture of that. And then that gives me the bare bones. You can see with all my paintings, there's kind of rectilinear, there are lines, there's shapes. The shapes are defined, everything is defined.
Like an outline.
And exactly like an outline, yes. So I take the photograph, I print it out, and then I make a sketch on the canvas or whatever I'm painting, and where the lines. I make the basic shapes, and then I paint. It's a little more sophisticated than paint by number, but a little bit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I notice you do have most of the paintings that I see are inside. Now I do see like the woods, the path in the woods, that is outside, and there are a few others that are outside, but most are inside. So, and I know in your artist statement you said you really prefer inside subject matter. So tell me about that.
Yes, and for those who aren't acquainted with the term, we call that interiors. You know, I paint interiors. I paint groupings of furniture inside. And it's not that I like it, that's kind of where my eye responds. So tables and chairs and people sitting, maybe figures, maybe not.
And the food, the plates of food too.
The plates of food.
The pie or a pizza or a salad. Or
right, and those are kind of favorite foods. I did a whole series of food, and it was kind of like a diary. These represent a part of my life. You know, maybe this is my friend's blueberry pie over there, and she makes blueberry pie every year. Or a pizza that I may have had with my daughter-in-law who grew the tomatoes herself. So most of these paintings have a little stories behind them. They're personal, actually, they're personal. They're not just a beautiful landscape that has no connection with anything.
So it has a connection with you.
Yes.
So a student could relate to writing in a diary or writing in a journal, but instead of writing in a journal, you are visually representing.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I think a student could write a little story and then paint something to go with it, or the other way around. You paint a picture and then you write a little story about it.
Yeah.
So all these paintings have stories behind them.
Do you have, Sue, any famous artists that the students might recognize their names, that an artist that has been an inspiration to you?
Matisse, the post-impressionist, and Van Gogh. Van Gogh is always my favorite, and but Matisse, and they paint with shapes a lot and very two-dimensional. So yes, I love their paintings, and you know, I've never thought about a direct influence, but of course it has. Influences kind of seep into your brain, you know, and then they come out in another way.
Do you have any advice for an artist or any students?
I do.
Okay.
I do. People say, "Oh, you're so talented." And I smile and nod my head, because what it really is practice. You build a skill. You build brush skills, how to mix color skills, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. And I think it's very important to get good instruction too. If you really, and you're motivated, motivation is also a requirement. But you get good instruction and a good teacher. I had a wonderful teacher. I started at this late in life, and I had a wonderful teacher. I'd go over to the museum in Greenville and went for 20 years. And my teacher was able to critique, to tell me, maybe you need, or I would say, what does this need? And she would say, maybe it needs a little red here, or maybe how about doing that? And things that I couldn't see. And the other thing she did was support a style that was developing me. And so most people can say, oh, I know Sue painted that. Yeah. And it's a gift to have a style. Not everyone has one. So she also supported that. And so the good instruction and practicing really did it for me. I like to think I have a little talent, but it's mostly hard work.
Well, that is great advice, because that is something that I do try to tell my students also, that it takes a lot of practice and it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
yeah. So, and it's evident in your show and in your paintings that you've shared with us here today. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
Let me see.
Or any of your pieces that are here?
Well, of course they're all, I love them all. Not every painting is a good painting. There are a lot of paintings that I have put out to pasture, sort of, or painted over. So, but I would encourage anyone that has the bug to go ahead and try it out. Maybe it's not for you, but how are you going to know unless you try it?
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so
Good
much,
luck, everybody.
Sue.
Sure.
And I appreciate you sharing your work with the students and staff in the community of Cannons Elementary School.
It's been my pleasure.